Hello, everyone. My guest today is Jim Almia. He's the founder and creator of megaleads.com. He's worked with SMBs and enterprise companies such as Automatch, Komodo Cybersecurity, Momentum Solar, and others. He has a BS in mathematics from Pace University in New York City. Jimmy, you ready to take us to the top?
I am, and it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hell of a domain name, megaleads.com.
Does it do exactly what it's domain.
Yeah, so what do you guys do? What are you doing?
I'll tell you my story quick. I'm 48 right now. I started marketing on the internet actually in the late 90s, but I do date back to computers back into 1980 something. As an only child, I tinkered with computers and, I cracked my Apple IIe and I learned how to get into the kernel, and I did a bunch of stuff to keep myself occupied with electronics and computers. And lo and behold, that stuff became very popular as I got older and into college. And, my first job, I remember I worked for Citibank as a management associate, and sort of every couple of years I would pop around and, go to a different financial institution down on Wall Street here. I live in northern New Jersey, so I commuted in. And a lot of my friends were very fascinated on trading and the money side of the business. I was more fascinated on what were people doing on these different screens and what was happening and how did the stock market work. And I had a lot of questions. It really dated back to my kind of ingenuity as a child and testing and wanting to understand how things worked and reverse engineering things as a young age. So, I knew I was really good at numbers. I went to Pace University. I got the BS in mathematics. I went to Stevens Institute of Technology, pursued a master's degree in technology management. And, I really enjoyed working with technology. And, I got into, I would say, affiliate marketing, bulk email back in like 99. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool stuff. I was like, I had the full-time job. And then I would race home to work on the mailers and get the mail out, right? We were sending out a lot of unsolicited commercial email back in the day. It was the internet pirate ship. And I was learning a lot. And I love the fact that there was no senior person telling me the way it used to be,
You strike as a guy
that made it up, right?
They're pretty damn independent. So what year did you launch MegaLeads?
I launched MegaLeads in 2011. Okay. It was a culmination of all the SaaS products I built in the early 2000s. We really pioneered that search widget, being able to ascertain a list count, email distribution, affiliate marketing. But I had all these different automated systems that we built, the ability to tap in to get a list count. I had this automatic email appender. I had this kind of people finder system. And I brought them all together under MegaLeads. I remember I was consulting for a pretty large cybersecurity company at the time in Jersey City. And I was like, I got to reinvent my systems, right? And so I was driving back on Route 3 in Jersey City. And I remember looking up at the Mega Million sign, right through the Holland Tunnel. It said Mega Millions. And then I looked and there was one of those big blue mega buses. And I was like, wow, what a cool name. I was like, let me see if MegaLeads is available.
And the rest is
somebody had it. I paid $1,000 for it and I built it. And, 9 months later, went live.
How much revenue in first year? Do you remember 2011?
Oh, my goal was to have 100 customers, and I got 100 customers pretty quick. And then it was, ever changing, right? I'd have new customers come in, customers.
Do you remember though that first year, how much revenue?
It was many hundreds, I would say, the first year.
Couple hundred thousand. Jimmy, couple 100,000 in first year.
Yeah, probably a little bit more than that back when. It was a decade or so ago.
You would remember if you broke $1 million in your first year. Did you break $1 million in revenue that year one?
I didn't break $1 million my first year.
So everyone remembers that moment. Okay, so a couple 100,000.
No, I do remember the moment I go to the CPA and I was like, where am I? He's like, you're at $1,020,000. And I was like, I had an amazing feeling. I'm like, holy cow. I started this business with $800, and it was really the blood, sweat, and tears. And I just wanted it so damn bad.
So Jimmy, fast forward to today, because we've got a lot to get in here in the next 10 minutes, right? What are customers paying you on average for this lead service?
So I have some services that are out of the box on MegaLeads. I've got the $39.
Only SaaS.
SaaS, I've got the $39 where you get 1,000 credits, which affords you 1,000 downloads These are C-suite executives, accurate data, accurate email, accurate phone numbers. You get 1,000 credits a month for the 39 on the silver plan. I got the gold plan, which is 159 a month. You get 5,000 credits.
Is that what most people are paying? Is like about 150 a month, something like that?
Yeah. I would say everybody falls in around 150, 170 somewhere.
Yep. And who are the customers you're serving? Who are the buyers of this usually?
I would say a lot of them are going to be SMB customers looking to light stuff up. They're doing cold email. They're doing outreach. They've got their own dialer on hand. They've got a couple people on the phone. They're doing appointment setting. I have, small shops. I've got, medium shops. I have a lot of people in specialty finance. I have a lot of, sales professionals, marketing directors, all different, I would say, around the SMB type of space.
How many total customers are you serving today? Again, just on the software side of things.
There are more than 1,000 customers on my systems. Yeah.
What do you need to do to get up to 10,000 customers? Where's growth coming from?
Push out more distribution, more marketing. Tick by tick, more backlinks, better content, like growing it. Little more strategic as time goes on. I've got a whole new Mega Leads website coming out. I call it Mega Leads Rewrite because the system has lasted for 10 years.
I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but I just want to get a lot in here. Are you building this yourself, or you have a team?
I project manage it, so I act as almost the thought leader, PM, BA behind the things, and then I also get involved with the testing pretty heavy. And then I've got a development crew that will, put together my vision, and I stick with them throughout the whole development life cycle.
How many folks are on that team?
8 people are on the technical side of the company, right?
So this is great. So you basically managed to avoid any fixed headcount expenses. You're the only one really that's getting a fixed salary from this bad boy, and then you pay contractors, and you have for the past 10 years to really build up the technology, clean the leads, things like that.
I've actually built a lot of the programs myself that deal with the data hygiene programmatically.
Okay, but point being though, you're the only full-time employee at the company. Then you have contractors for the rest.
That's right. I would say that. Yeah. And I have some better than salespeople. I've got a couple like right-hand man, women type of thing helping me. But yeah, I mean, it's a business with low fixed costs with high profit potential. It's the data business. And, that's part of the model. We've been working COVID before COVID ever even happened. This has been going on for decades.
Bootstrapped to raise capital?
Raise capital. It's all my own money. And then I do have a silent investor.
Okay, got it. And are we talking like millions or like hundreds of thousands sort of raise?
Hundreds of thousands.
Okay. Did it make you nervous? I mean, I imagine you put a lot of your own capital in early before you had revenue. Did it make you nervous putting a bunch of your savings in?
No, because I knew when, I did things in measurable, manageable pieces over time. I'm an entrepreneur. I know how to put irons in the fire. I know when the door opens up. I know when to take a shot. I mitigate my risk, especially now being 48 years old. I'm a little more cautious than I was doing this stuff, in my 30s, and it's measured risk. It's measurable, manageable pieces.
And
I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to do it in time. I'm going to do it over time. I'm going to beat them organically.
What is, first off, who do you want to beat? Is there an enemy you're trying to build or big better?
I don't have enemies. I'll go back to The Godfather. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody's a friend.
So when you say you want to beat them organically, who are you referring to?
I have competitors out there in my, B2B sales lead SaaS space that are out there that
name a couple of those. I'm not familiar.
I'm not that guy. I don't really like to talk about other companies anyway.
Who's in your space? You don't have to talk negatively about them. I'm just curious who else is in your space.
There's going to be companies like Uplead. There's going to be companies like Sales Fully. You've got your, traditional Info USA. All your kind of enterprise types of solutions that are out there. Mega Leads places somewhere like in the middle of page 1 organically for a lot of the money keywords.
What are some of those money keywords?
I rotate a lot around like business leads, sales leads type of thing, email list, email addresses. Try to use action words in there like buy, purchase type of thing. And I'm very good at strategically putting together that array of keyword iterations and, being able to kind of, build backlinks and content. And that stretches back to my early years of internet. I would always focus on various keyword iterations and actually build different websites to cover, those different search terms. And then MegaLeads, brought everything together. But there are many ways that people refer to data, and I try to encapsulate that in my thought process and my SEO practices.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like you've got a nice following, right? So you said you have about 1,000 customers, and you said they're all paying, on average, call it this your middle plan here, about $150 a month, correct?
Yeah. And I invite more to come, and we're all about educating the clients, quality data.
So Jimmy, can I multiply 1,000 customers times 150 a month and say you're doing about $150,000 a month in revenue?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. MegaLeads is a strong company, and we continue to grow.
Is that accurate? 1,000 customers, 150 a month. You did over 150,000.
It's probably under about that. I don't look at the numbers every day, but I know that we're on track for our goals and our growth.
What is your goal for the end of this year?
I'd like to, acquire, 100 new customers a month on the system.
Okay. And how many did you, what improvement would that be over last month? How many did you have last month?
We came damn close to the 100. We really did.
Now, in your space, one of the tricky things is people sign up, they download a bunch of leads and they leave. Churn is a massive issue. How do you get people to stay sticky?
Well, there are certain spaces that are out there that continuously buy data. They have call centers. They need to keep data in the system. An average call center rep on a predictive dialer is probably going to go through about 1,000 plus names in a day. So, a lot of our customers are pretty big call centers that, buy a lot of data, and, we have contracts with them. They give us the disconnects. So as an entrepreneur, I'm very good at cross-pollinating and understanding, other things I'm doing with technology and try to connect them in that type of, hey, give me the disconnects and I'll give you this type of thing and help me keep the data. And it's all about the cleanliness of the data. You're going to have, more people coming back if you've got a quality product, just like anything else.
And Jimmy, how do you personally manage your capital allocation? If you're doing 150 grand a month and you're a one-man show with 8 contractors, imagine you're very profitable. How do you decide what to reinvest versus what to pay yourself out as dividends?
I've been doing this for 20 years. So it's like I could walk into a trade show with technology and I could see how things are metamorphosizing. I could see how the markets are changing. I could see how businesses come about, and I could see who's going to last and who's going to fail. And I've got a very good perspective and, should I say, projection on what the future will hold. And
so,
with that
what do you do
strategize.
Mm-hmm. What do you do with profit? What I'm asking is, as a capital allocator, right? A lot of us build companies to have more freedom in life, do what we want. And it's always a question of, do we reinvest profits every month in the business, or do we take them out as dividends and go buy real estate or something else? How do you think about profits?
I think of profits. I think of long-term. I don't think of anything like quick hit.
So you reinvest everything.
I think of investing. I think of diversification. I think of, I've got a certain amount in the market. I've got a certain amount of properties. I've got a certain amount of cash. I have a certain amount of insurance types of vehicles. Mm-hmm. I have a certain amount of things that I take a shot on. Mm-hmm. I like baseball cards. I like coins. I like fishing.
Got it.
I like to go with things that I know about. Right?
I don't mean to keep cutting you off, I promise, but we like to keep these really short and sweet. We're about out of time here. If someone came and offered you $1.8 million, all cash up front, to sell the business today, would you sell?
I'd have to see. It's going to definitely go to the right person, right? So I'm not just all about, look, years ago, I was all about the money, right? Everything I do, it was all about that. And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that when I got into my 40s, I became more altruistic and I understood more about what marketing is. It's the bigger purpose. Yeah. It's the things that I do to change people's lives and how they're going to change others' lives.
Jimmy, if people want to learn more about,
I don't count everything the way I used to. I put out more than I did before, and Jimmy, more comes back.
If people want to follow up with you and follow your story online, where's the best place for them to find you?
They could go to megaleads.com and check out my site. I do have a pretty popular YouTube channel, which is called jimmyleads.com. We're also very heavy in the residential solar space. You can check out my agency at inventionsolar.com. And, or you could send me an email to jim@megaleads.com.
Guys,
get in touch. I'll spend time with anybody that has questions, and I'm here to help.
Guys, megaleads.com, over 1,000 customers paying $150 a month. He launched back in 2011, did a couple $100,000 in revenue. Now over 1.5 or 1.8 million bucks in terms of ARR, 150 grand a month. Nice growth. He's done this basically himself with a team of contractors and a right-hand man or woman here or there. But again, playing in a very fragmented, hyper-competitive space, doing well. Jimmy, thanks for taking us to the top.
You got it. Anytime. I look forward to it. I'm going to watch your show when it comes out. Thank you again.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company, or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them, and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.